Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Alexi and this is Soto-Tek. In this video, I want to do a specs comparison between the Pixel 10 Pro XL released in August and the Galaxy S25 Ultra released at the beginning of the year and see which one is the overall champion or the one that suits your needs the best. As always, let's start with the screen size, type and resolution. The Pixel 10 Pro XL has a 6.8 inches AMOLED screen with a resolution of 1344 by 2992 pixels. The Galaxy S25 Ultra has a slightly bigger screen of 6.9 inches dynamic AMOLED screen with a resolution of 1440 by 3120 pixels, both with a hole punch for the selfie camera and 120 Hz refresh rate. The S25 Ultra has a slight advantage with its anti-reflective coating. In general, to my eyes, both screens are pretty good with great sharpness, vibrant colors and viewing angles, and great for content consumption. Though I slightly prefer the S25 Ultra for its form factor for its more square shape. Now, build quality. They're both made of glass back, which for many it is a symbol of a premium look and feeling, but not for me. As I have said many times before, and I will keep saying, I personally don't consider that glass back makes any phone more premium. It just makes it more fragile. That's why I keep preferring the vegan leather I've seen in a lot of Chinese phones, but that's my personal opinion related to this. The Pixel 10 Pro XL has aluminum frames and the S25 Ultra has titanium frames that are much tougher, so in this respect it is more durable. I also like the fact that both have flat frames, which I personally prefer over the more rounded ones on other phones. When it comes to the overall design, though, I prefer the more square form factor on the S25 Ultra. I kind of prefer the look on the back on the Pixel 10 Pro XL and the design of the camera lenses module.
¿Cómo eres, señor Soto? ¿Cómo eres, señor Soto? Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. ¿Cómo eres, señor Soto? ¿Cómo eres, señor Soto? Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. Dime cómo eres. Soy un tipo generoso. Soy un tipo respetuoso. Soy un tipo educado. Soy bastante organizado. Soy un tipo generoso. Soy un tipo respetuoso. Soy un tipo educado. Soy bastante organizado. Soy un tipo comprensivo. Soy un tipo creativo. Soy un tipo inteligente. Soy bastante exigente. Soy un tipo comprensivo. Soy un tipo creativo. Soy un tipo inteligente. Soy bastante exigente. Dime cómo eres. 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 Dime cómo eres.
They both come with 256 GB on the base model, but the Pixel has 16 GB of RAM with this base model, while Samsung only 12 GB of RAM. Check out the rest of the storage options on the screen. They are both IP68 water and dust resistant for great peace of mind. Now let's talk about the battery capacity. The Pixel 10 Pro XL has a slightly bigger battery capacity of 5200 milliamp, with support for 45 watts fast charging, while the S25 Ultra has a 5000 milliamp battery capacity and also support for 45 watts fast charging. In my experience, the battery on the S25 Ultra has been better, including the standby time, easily lasting a whole day and more. The experience with the Pixel 10 Pro XL has not been bad in general, but not as good as I was expecting. The phone drains more than I expected, even without being used, so I'm not really impressed with the standby time. Maybe it is still learning my usage habits, but I've never had that issue with the S25 Ultra, even when I started to use it brand new. Let's see in the near future. They both come with wireless charging and reverse wireless charging capabilities. The Pixel 10 Pro XL now supports the G2 magnetic charging capabilities. Pixel Snap, I believe it's called, similar to Apple's MagSafe, to the point that you can now use any Apple's accessories with MagSafe capabilities on the Pixel 10 Pro XL. The S25 Ultra doesn't have that feature, but you can get cases with that capability and problem solved. Unlocking methods. They both have the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor and the display that works well on both. Face unlock that works well on both too, with good lighting conditions, but it does struggle a lot on the Pixel 10 Pro XL at night with poor lighting conditions. Apart from that, they both have the pin to unlock the phone, plus the pattern and the password in the case of the S25 Ultra. In terms of OS updates, they are both now on Android 16. The S25 Ultra just recently got the update after a long wait, while the Pixel 10 Pro XL came with it out of the box. Google and Samsung has promised 7 years of OS updates for both, so in that respect, they are both good. When it comes to the processors, the Pixel 10 Pro XL comes with Google's in-house chipset, the Tensor 5, and the Galaxy S25 Ultra with the Snapdragon 8 Elite. When it comes to performance, it is well known that the Snapdragon 8 Elite on the S25 Ultra is more powerful and efficient, so you're going to get better performance on the S25 Ultra across the board. However, for normal day-to-day tasks, when it comes to interacting with different apps, be it social media, video consumption, most games, etc., the performance on the Pixel 10 Pro XL is good enough to not cause major frustrations. The S25 Ultra has a tool the Pixel 10 Pro XL doesn't have, and of course, that is the S Pen. It is a great tool you can use for more accurate and faster editing, signing PDF documents, drawing, and very handy if you have to use the phone with gloves. It is a real shame Samsung removed its Bluetooth functionality. Also, though I've never used the DeX feature on any of my Samsung phones, that's another advantage that the S25 Ultra has and might be useful to you. They both are full of AI features like Google's voice assistant Gemini plus Bixby on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I don't personally use either that much, but you might. Also, AI features for editing, other functionalities like voice recording, circle to search, etc. Some other AI features might be exclusive and unique to each phone, but it is all a matter of what's more important to you. Before getting into the cameras, let's talk about the user experience. In this regard, I much preferred Samsung. Features like split-screen multitasking, which I use often, is better implemented with Samsung. For instance, with the S25 Ultra, if I'm watching a YouTube video but I want to open any other app, I can do it and immediately interact with it without the video stopping. That's not the case with the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Let me show you. Another frustrating issue with the Pixel is the one-handed mode allo iPhone. I don't know why some companies like Google keep copying this feature allo iPhone. It's not really that practical because it is only designed to choose the app difficult to reach at the top of the screen or on the opposite border of the phone depending on what hand you use, left or right, but not to properly interact with any app with one hand. Now let's get into the cameras. In my opinion, the cameras on both phones are fine and one of the best in the game. None of them are perfect and both have some noticeable weaknesses. The Pixel 10 Pro XL still sometimes have some edge detection issues, but most of the times have more accurate colors, especially at night. It has also surprised me with its zoom results at 30 and 100x. I personally think it's probably the best right now. What about you? The S25 Ultra has some issues with the front camera when it comes to selfie pictures, sometimes blowing out the background in certain situations. Now, if I had to choose one just for point and shoot, I would probably choose the Pixel 10 Pro XL. Now, I much prefer the camera interface and the camera features that the S25 Ultra offers. The only thing I would like Samsung to do is to give the possibility to add portrait effects to animals and objects too, like you can do with the Pixel phones, not just to people. On the other side, I would like Google to add features like voice command, dual recording, the possibility to change cameras from rear to front and vice versa while recording. Also, the possibility of recording portrait video with the front camera in a 4K with both the rear and the front cameras. To conclude, which one to buy? Well, if you are a stock Android purist, you want a slightly better point and shoot cameras, then you are probably better off with the Pixel. Now, if you want a more powerful phone with more customization possibilities, better user experience, in my opinion, in a unique though more limited tool than before, like the S Pen, then definitely the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Well, that's all for this video. What do you think? Which one is your pick? I'd love to know your opinion, so leave your comments below. Help the channel, like and hype the video if you enjoyed it and found it informative. I really appreciate it. See you in the next one. Hasta la vista.